Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm on Tactics Trainer again. I'm going to try 3 more puzzles. And this first one, I think I've seen before. Okay, black to move. Just going to share my thoughts along the way here. So, material is balanced. Okay, white is up a pawn. This knight is being attacked. Multiple checking moves. This knight is under fire. So too is this knight on e5. Checking moves involve rook takes knight, knight g1, most likely not the case, knight g5, probably not best either. Knight check could be met with knight takes knight, and there's still this issue on e5. So how can I meet the threat on the knight and throw a strong punch at white? I wonder. For a second I was thinking about rook g4, h4, but that's not really working. Rook g4, pawn takes knight, rook h4, king g2. The knight is attacked, so rook h2 is not working for mate. If the knight was defended, that would work. There might be something to that, though. I wonder. Okay. Not sure what else to consider as a first move. What about just rook takes knight? Rook takes knight, pawn takes knight. And then, yeah, that's not really working. I was thinking there might be just the simple recapture to clear the 6th rank for rook h6. I doubt that that's going to work. I think this is one that's going to require some quiet move along the way, which is a pain. They're difficult to spot. I'm running out of candidate moves here, really. Knight somewhere? This is tricky. Kind of stumped here. I was stumped in the last set of 3 puzzles. The second of 3 puzzles was stumping me, and this one's getting me right off the bat. Let's see. Rook takes knight, pawn takes knight. Gotta get the material back as white if rook takes on e6. And then, yeah, I'm not seeing a good follow-up after that. I'm ready to throw in the towel with this one, to be honest. No, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Hang on for a second. Okay, maybe I should have started with the fact that the king is only safe on h3, and he only has 1 legal move. From this current position, he could only go to g2. So, what about as a start knight g6? The knight is still attacked, and there's the idea where if the knight moves, we play knight f4, and that's mate. The knight from f4 would guard these 2 squares. I think that's it. I really do think that's it, just knight g6. I probably should have seen that sooner. Moves like d5 to defend the knight are not working because you could just take, and knight f4 would be checkmate. I think this is it. Okay, that is it. And now you take the knight. I probably should have seen that much sooner, and that's mate. Okay, let's just go on the second one. Okay, 2 of 3. Alrighty. White's in a pin. That's nice. So my first thought is not to take, but attack the knight. How does white untangle from this position, actually? Is this knight going to contribute at all? Okay, let's see. My first thought is, believe it or not, knight b6. Because I'm seeing a way where you could get to c4 with tempo, and then there's that ever so appealing e3 square, since it would be with check and also a fork. I don't know that you could really dislodge the queen from her strong position on e4. White is in a knot currently, and I'm not even sure what a good follow-up would be for white after knight to b6. It seems like he's going astray. But knight c4 with tempo, knight e3 to follow. What do you do to deal with that? Here's one line, knight b6, queen f2, so that the king could finally move. The knight would have enough defenders. Knight b6, queen f2, let's say. Knight c4. And if king g1, knight e3 hits the rook, and if the rook moves, there's rook takes knight. However, let me back up for a second. Knight b6, what about after knight b6, queen to e1? No, that's not working. Knight b6, queen e1 is met with rook takes knight. If rook takes rook, queen takes queen. If queen takes queen, pawn takes queen, and the pawn is there to defend the rook. So I think this is it, knight b6 to c4. I don't think going in this direction is helpful. I think you want to go on a path where, you see, it would take the same number of moves, f6, g4, e3, 3 moves, but in this direction, that second move is with tempo, with an attack. I'm going to go with this one. That is correct. And knight c4, just following through. And then finally, what? Just check. Hang on for a second. Of course, this was my idea, knight check right away, but should I be taking the queen first? Queen takes queen is not going to be it. Knight check, king to the first rank. If knight check, king here, queen g4 is mate. So knight to e3 check, king g1, and now there's back rank issues. Oh, no. The same idea. I'm sorry. Why am I apologizing? Okay. No, just like queen e1 earlier that I was pointing out could be met with rook takes knight, so too can queen to e2 in this case. Or no, I'm mistaken again. Let's see. Rook takes knight. Rook takes rook is no good. Drop the queen. Queen takes queen is no good because of pawn takes. However, after rook takes knight, queen takes. Then, what do you have up your sleeve? Knight check at that point with then king to g1? I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm so close with this one. Queen to somewhere. No, knight check. Or rook takes knight are my candidate moves at this point. Rook takes knight. Queen takes rook. And why am I not seeing it? I'm stumped here. Knight check or rook takes knight? Not thinking clearly right now. I'm trying to visualize this as best I can. Rook takes knight, queen takes rook, knight e3 check. King to g1. Queen here, you could give back the exchange with rook to f1. That doesn't seem like it's it. So knight e3 check most likely. King g1. And then then I'm kind of stuck. Knight e3, king g1. Queen check here could be met with knight to e1. Why am I not seeing this? Knight e3 check, king g1. Just gonna go with this. That is correct. My thought was queen here. What am I missing, though? This is no good. Rook takes knight, still queen takes. Queen check here. Knight block. I'm not seeing it. I believe that this must be it. No, it's not. Ouch. What is the solution to this one? Really? Knight to g4? Oh man. I did not see that at all. Wow. I was so fixated on these checking moves. I see the idea now, however. Trying to deflect the defender of f3. Huh, I was completely blind. I did not even consider knight g4 at all. Knight g4. If queen takes queen, pawn takes, both rook and knight are hit. Black will be winning material. Like that. That's the end of the puzzle, and that's the variation it shows. And the other one, well, what else do you do? If rook back here, you're just losing the queen. I was what a blind spot to this knight g4 move. Okay, let's see if I could get 2 out of 3. Here's the last one. Okay. Alright, this one should be a checkmate problem, I would think. This king is quite short on squares. Okay. So, checking moves. There's queen g5, there's rook to f1. I think it might be important to play this move first. Of these two moves, queen g5 and rook to f1, one thing I think might be important as white, I think it might be important to stop the king from getting to e7, because then he's maybe on his way to running away to d7. So we could insert this check first. And then, after king to f7, play rook to f1. And at that point, what do we do? That's when it gets a little bit tricky. Let's see. Queen g5, king f7, rook f1 check, king g8. What's the follow-up at that point? This knight is defending g6. Otherwise, it would be much, much simpler, right? You could take that on g6 and then give checkmate on g7 if this knight wasn't around. So let's do another run-through. Hang on for a second. Why am I so fixated on g5? Here's another move that will do similar, with new possibilities for the queen. Queen h4 has this h7 square in mind. I think this is key. So instead of queen g5, which seems the more appealing move, to be honest, since it's in black's position, it's very close to the king, controlling a lot of squares near the king. But queen h4, having this h7 square in mind, I think is the key to this puzzle. Let's see, though. Yeah, queen to h4. For a second I was wondering, what if this? But you just take. So I think queen h4 check, king f7, and then I think you shouldn't give check on f1, but queen h7, forcing the king back up to f6. Oh, we're not even going to need the rook in this one. I think this is just a queen and knight mate problem. Queen h4, king f7, queen h7, check, king f6, and then queen to g7 is mate. These guys are the two, they're the best tandem for attacking the queen and knight pair. The queen and knight pair, the bishop pair, the queen and knight pair. These are the two, they work very, very well together. So I think it is this. That is correct. And this is just a mate in 3 puzzle, I guess. Queen h7. And then that's mate. Alright, we don't get to see too many mate problems. Usually it's just the win of material. So that was actually an interesting one. I was ready, like you saw early on, I was ready to go in the wrong direction with queen to g5, but slight adjustment, having that new possibility for the queen was the main idea with this one, I guess. Okay, feel free to share as usual how you did with these 3. And as always, I hope you got something out of it. Take care.